Hi everybody, Jeff Brady here. We're speaking with Jason Young. He's a corporate consultant, speaker, and the author of The Culturetopia Effect. So Jason, tell me a little bit about that title. It's a very unusual word,
yes.
And you kind of sought this term out, right?
Well, the idea of Culturetopia is, it's really a fancy way of saying workplace environment, a kind of environment where everybody can do their best work. And I was looking for a way of describing that environment in terms of culture. Right? And so I tried a lot of different words, came up with Culturetopia, and really my desire was to find one that when you did a search for it, you got no hits on the internet.
No one else had thought of it before.
So nobody has an original internet word for you right there.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like utopia, like it's nirvana, like it's something that is almost unattainable, but in fact, it really is attainable, and there's some great examples of corporate cultures that are something like this.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it is an ideal state, and we're all striving for that ideal state. In organizations, they're trying to create this environment where everybody can do their best work. These days we have to do more work, better work, and faster work, and we have to do it with less resources. And to do that, you have got to create a workplace environment that frees up potential, pulls out talent, and allows people to really participate and perform at a high level, but also maintain a high level of fulfillment within that.
And talk about, you spend a lot of time talking about corporate values, yeah, and how the leaders at the top establish that, and then there's a trickle effect. What is that like? The
idea that values, and if you want to define values as a mission statement, or it could be a set of guiding principles, it could be a vision statement, it really doesn't matter. It's whatever the organization is using to set the purpose and the direction of the organization. So if you want to have a fun culture, you need to define that right up front. There's cultures that just want to make money, and that's fine too, but we can define that up front. Now you might have less fulfillment in some of those cultures, but it just depends on what you're trying to attain. Culturetopia would be a place where there's high performance and high fulfillment all in that same space.
And so what are some of the tenets that people might be able to glean from the book that would help a company reach this kind of high standard of creating Culturetopia?
This idea of values, that's what's going to shape the culture of the organization, or the culture of a family or of a community. Right? This is who we are, this is what we say we believe. Because of that, we begin to behave in a certain way, and we begin to share certain cultural similarities in an organization. Now, culture is tricky because it goes in, there could be a startup culture where everybody's going full steam and no one's saying it's not my job in a startup culture. But at the same time, those guiding principles are saying, hey, we're going to have fun, we're going to meet needs and employees. And then you grow, you build, you recruit, you're managing, you get to this maturity phase, right? And then you're asking yourself, are we closer to Culturetopia than when we started? If not, that's where you stop and you take a pause, and that's where you get into the learning culture, right? And in that state is where you're making little adjustments, right? Or sometimes big adjustments. Right? If we have something that's really creating this big gap in the culture, then we want to try to close the gap. But it has to all be in that mindset of change. And that's a key concept of Culturetopia. I'm willing to be flexible and adaptable and make changes to achieve this high level of performance and high levels of fulfillment.